what we do is try to make whiskeys that are somewhat different, that have unique flavors. And I just thought there was this opportunity to sort of produce something and do something a little bit differently, make a good whiskey, which then led us to making products that really are sort of revolutionary in the industry. My name is Tom Licks, and I'm the CEO and founder of Cleveland Whiskey. I did learn distilling when I was in the Navy a long time ago. I had gone to distilling school. Now, it wasn't for making liquor, but it was for making fresh water out of salt water, and every naval ship has a distillery in it. Then I got stationed on this old destroyer. It was about to be decommissioned. It was a reserve ship. The officers really weren't there all the time, and when I got on that ship, one of the chief petty officers comes up to me and he says, "Kid, you're going to be my apprentice." So we walk through the ship and finally get in this one space. We open up the hatch, go down this ladder, and he's fermenting fruit juice from the galley. He had tapped into the steam lines that go throughout the ship to run the equipment for a heat source, and then there's seawater lines that run throughout the ship as well for cooling and firefighting and everything else. He had tapped into one of those lines. He had a cooling source, and he was making what he called hooch, sort of a moonshine, not only for our ship, but all the surrounding ships. He had this thriving business, and I sort of was a young kid and I learned how to distill from him. So that was the distilling side, and then I saw a market opportunity. I read this article quite a number of years ago about the growing middle class in China. And they talked about people, as they entered the middle class, they looked for affordable luxuries. And I thought, they're really looking for conspicuous affordable luxuries, things they can show off a little bit, share with their friends. It turns out that imported bourbon and imported scotch was ticking up just as the middle class was. And I thought, if I can change the technology a little bit, if I can change how it's produced, and I've sort of this amateur chemist, maybe we could do something interesting. So I started experimenting in my basement, blew up thousands of mason jars. I stumbled across some things that turned out to be the basis for the technology that we use today. Not only does it accelerate the process, but it allows us to get away from some of the limits of a barrel. Right now, all barrels are made out of oak. If you made a barrel out of apple wood, it would leak like a sieve. But we can take apple wood, for instance, that's one of our finishing woods, and put it inside a pressure-capable stainless steel tank, apply pressure variations very quickly, very aggressively, and force the alcohol in and out of the pore structure of the wood. So we're doing the same thing that happens in a barrel, but we're doing it much more aggressively. It not only speeds up the process, but it allows us to use woods like black cherry, apple, hickory, honey locust. We have a very simple mission statement. It's every day make good whiskey and do the right thing. We're not trying to always blend back to some sort of mythical recipe from a great-great-grandparent, and that's sort of the mystique of whiskey. And we're a technology company more than anything. So we're trying to make something better and better all the time.